Hello, everyone. It's LifeWave Miracle Monday, and today we're going to show you guys the X2O water machine. So the X2 water machine came Friday for me. There it is there on the counter. It's very, very easy to set up. I think I had it set up within less than an hour. So pulling it out of the box and putting it together was quite easy. So the only real thing you need to look at as far as like setting it up is putting the filters in. So the filters, there's two different filters that sit right over here. So right in there, let's get this out of your way. So filter one and filter two, then you go through like a 15-minute cleanse. You basically run water through the reservoir. So the reservoir basically holds whatever water you want to put into it. You can use I just use water from the faucet to cleanse it, and then I use purified water because I just want to make sure it's like it filters like with two different filters, but it's really super easy to set up. So as you see right here, there's a little dispense. So when it's ready, all you do is touch the button. So there's a light that lights up when you take the glass out. There's a light, and it calculates how much water it'll get right to the rim, depending on whatever glass size you use, and it's going to stop right at the rim. So this is light infused water. So for the last 3 days I've been drinking it. It's magnificent. Uh, Had a pretty persistent cough for a while, and it's gone. Lots of other little tiny issues, that are now no longer there. And who knows how much else it's going to do. So I feel my heart when I drink it. I feel my heart. It feels like it's lighting up. So as it says right there, it's filling the tank. So from the reservoir, it's taking that water, filling up the tank. And if you use two glasses at a time, it'll take about 45 minutes to, recondition the water. So this is light water right here. Mm, really good, really clean. Basically lights up your body. You can feel it lighting up your body as you drink it. Like my brain just lights up. My heart, like I was saying, I didn't feel this in the first time I drank this for at the Dallas event almost a year ago. This one is lighting up my heart now. So it was my throat chakra. Now it's my heart. So it's going to go where I guess it needs to go. So very, very fascinating, very interesting how being light into your body. We'll see what the long-term effects are. Already, they're stupendous. First time I used it, it was magnificent, and it's still magnificent, even more so now. So we're gonna like talk a little bit about LifeWave, how we're gonna present your miracles today. And Dr. Annabelle is going to give us an overview of the X39 and LifeWave. Dr. Annabelle.
Well, thank you, Michael. And I'm excited and I cannot wait until I get my own X2O. So exciting. One quick question. I don't know if you answered this, so please forgive me if you did. Can you only put in 8 ounces at a time and just filter that, or must you always put in 16 ounces and then filter that?
Basically, the reservoir just holds like a lot of water. It's got a lot of water in there. So you'll probably cycle like two, maybe up to three times before you have to fill the reservoir up again. But when it basically lights the water up, it's got like a reservoir. It goes through the process of filtering it, and then it goes into a reservoir where all the high tech, David's lobster stuff always talked about. So his the metal that he created. And so it sits in that and it gets infused with light. So it takes about 45 to 50 minutes for it to do that. And then when it dispenses, you can drink as much as you want. It comes out in two 16-ounce glasses, and then it starts the process again. So if it's just one glass, like I've just used it, uh, just one glass myself, and then I have uh, my son-in-law and his girlfriend that are here. They've used it. Uh, we'll see what kind of results they get, but they've been using it. But it'll dispense just one. If you wanted to just do one, and then it'll just sit. The rest of it will sit in the reservoir in the filtered and ready to drink reservoir until you activate it again. So I've gone like, I guess 12 hours between, using one glass and then another glass. And it just sits in that light containing reservoir. Now we've talked about how you can possibly put it in a like a black glass type thing, so it won't, radiate out the light or whatever and contain the light. So you could drink it later if you wanted to, or take it with you or something like that. But yeah, I mean, you drink as much as you want. You drink 8 ounce, you need 16 ounce. Uh, I've done 16 ounces.
I thought the recommended dose was 1 glass a day.
It is one glass per day, but of course you can do whatever you want. That's what I do.
Of
So I've
course.
done it like when I first got it, I got it on a Friday night. I fasted. They recommend you do it on an empty stomach. So I fasted all day long. It came, I drank, and it was magical. And then I got up the next morning, I drank again. So it was like almost, I guess it's 2 days. So you can push it if you want, but I don't. I've drank it, 8 hours, and then another 8 hours. Like today, I fasted again. That's why I'm drinking. So I'm fasting. So I wanted to show you guys how this is. It's delicious.
That's fantastic. Well, I already found a black glass mason jar on Amazon. It's in my cart, ready to go, because I know the water machine is coming. I already have the spot in my kitchen. But I was even contemplating, like, I sometimes hear Matt Roski, who you interviewed, and he talks about the cobalt blue glass
Right.
or the
That's the one I
uranium glass. And I'm like, ooh, what if I find something about cobalt? So, and somebody just asked in the chat, what about cobalt? So, definitely, those are things that we can kind of play around with.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a great idea. I think that's what we talked about. The it's blue, it's lovely, it looks good. It'll probably contain it. So yeah, I've been drinking it. It's fantastic. Look forward to, having more people have experiences with it. So it's out, it's here, it's being shared with people. Every few days, another batch of like 50 people are getting it. That are in LifeWave at the top, and they're working their way down all the way through all the brand partners. So it's gonna be
So
fantastic.
I'm a newcomer on your call. How long have you been using it, and have you seen anything that you would consider lasting results from it?
Yeah, I've only been using it since Friday, so I think the results for me have been fantastic. Like I said, I had a pretty persistent cough that's pretty much gone now. My breathing is much better. So whatever I was having, I don't know if I got another little dose of COVID or something going on in the lungs. I got a little COVID in my lungs the first time. It didn't knock me out like it did, I guess, a lot of people. I just had it in the lungs. Eventually, it worked its way out. I had kind of like I had no taste and no smell for like a year and a half or more, maybe 2 years. And then I did Dr. Artis's recommendation where you chew gum that has nicotine in it, and within that day, I had smell and taste again. So, who knows? Maybe this light water will be the same as, chewing the nicotine gum, clearing out, stuff that we have within us. So, we have actually had, and I'm not going to like start talking about it yet, but we've actually had some people with those angry cells that have been using the water machine have that's gone. So there are miracles that are happening with LifeWave, and we're going to see that jump to another level with the water machine. So
Absolutely. It's going to be a super powerful combination. We already have a powerful combination. I'm
yeah,
going to say this is like powerful to the umpteenth degree. So we're gonna be like walking on air sometimes. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to try it for myself, Chris and my little and
Oh
my
yeah,
family members are like whoever steps foot in this house is gonna get a glass of water. Hello, have a glass of water.
absolutely.
Uh, let's get started and have some fun. So, we're going to be sharing some fun and sharing some awesome miracles today. So, this is the LifeWave Miracle Monday with Michael Jaco. And welcome to everyone who's joining us as a repeat lovely community member, or welcome to those who are here as a newbie. We love hearing everybody's stories. So, everyone is here and welcome to share. So, disclaimer though, LifeWave nor its brand partners claim to diagnose, treat, or cure. And the LifeWave technology offers a holistic approach to our wellness where naturally we can optimize our health. And who doesn't want to do it naturally? In this day and age, with everything that we're exposed to, natural way is the best way. And so we can easily incorporate this into our busy lives because all you have to do is put on a patch, drink up a nice supplement with a nice glass of water through our X2O when you got it, and bing, bang, boom, you're going to be like a superhuman, which is going to be awesome. During this call, you're going to hear some powerful stories of life-changing improvements that we have experienced thanks to the LifeWave technology, thanks to David Schmidt. Now, we usually do highlight the X39 because it is the patch of all patches. It is the most comprehensive of the patches, but we will also welcome and discuss a lot of the other technologies. So, how does this X39 work? What is it? How does it do what it does? And so, the X39 and the LifeWave patches are a patch technology, but it is light therapy. But there's no plug because we are the light source. And so within the center of the patch, it's like a quarter size patch with a white center. And in that center is a crystal structure. And that crystal structure is what is activated when we put the patch on our body. So when the patch is within 3 inches of our body heat, also known as infrared light, it activates the center of the patch and it takes in our light or body heat and then reflects it back to us like a mirror. And so what it does is that crystal structure specific to the X39, because each of the pouch technologies has a different crystal structure that emits a different frequency. But as far as the X39, it emits a frequency that is known to increase a copper peptide already found in our body called GHK-Cu. And now the peptide is also known as a small protein. And so we naturally already produce it, but over time, that production or the amount of the GHK starts to decrease. So here we have David Schmidt, here we have our X39 to increase that GHK copper peptide, which results in the regeneration and repair and activation of our stem cells. And now stem cells are those things that made us. The egg and the sperm came together, and all those cells that resulted is ultimately what becomes us. So they're also known as pluripotent. So with the stem cell technology, or sorry, with the X39 and the GHK, you have that ability to repair and regenerate like we did when we were way younger. But over time, that ability decreases. So here we have this X39 patch technology you put on your body and it goes to work for you. And so it brings us back to that younger, healthier, regenerative state, that reparative state that our bodies sometimes forgot or things go awry. And so it's here to say, hello, we're going to get back to work because we need to fix things for you because it's our own cells doing the work, which is pretty fantastic because there's nothing in the patch that goes into your body. Now, some of the benefits we're going to talk about are reduced pain or rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, better sleep, amazing energy, which I can attest to every single day, and also faster recovery from exercise and improved skin appearance. I love looking in the mirror because I am not looking my age and I'm reverse aging every single day, which is pretty fantastic. So I have a pretty nice head start already. I was fairly looking young, but now I'm looking even better. So sorry about that if I sound vain, but goodness gracious, I love the X39 and the technologies. And so the LifeWave technology is a patented technology created by David Schmidt. They're non-transdermal, like I said, so that means nothing is going into your body, just your own light being reflected back to your body. And so we wear the patches for 12 hours, we remove it, give our body a 12-hour break, and then we reapply a new patch. Now, we do have daytime patches, we do have nighttime patches, so you can wear a patch for 12 hours. Like you could be patched for 12 hours, but a single patch of X39 is for 12 hours. And if, let's say, you want to wear your Eon at night, that's another set of 12 hours. So, most certainly, you can be patched for 24 hours, but that patch that you put on has to only be worn for 12 hours. And we wear them daily because the patch benefits compound over time. Inconsistent patching gives you inconsistent results. Consistent daily patching equals phenomenal benefits. So key in, patch up, put alarms on your phone, whatever it takes, but you need to patch daily. And then, just like Michael was saying, when we hydrate well, and then when we hydrate even better with our X2O, we're going to be able to have those cells talk to each other. And when cells talk to each other, like in a relationship, when two individuals talk, magic happens. Well, guess what? The cells like to talk to each other too. So in terms of the patches and the patch technology, this is one question that may come up, and sometimes I don't highlight it, but there are no interactions with medications. So those individuals who are on medications, of course, with, continued monitoring with your doctor, with the rare exception of a chemotherapeutic agent or an immunosuppressant agent, if you're on those two, most certainly you need to talk to your doctor. But if, let's say, you're on high blood pressure medications or any other sort of medications, there are no interactions, so you can feel free to use the patch technology. But if you'd rather feel more comfortable and make sure, talk to the person who introduced you to the technology. They can help get those answers for you. And also, please be patient because it does take time. We have those beautiful one patch wonders that I have seen for myself that they experience something from the first patch, but we must wear them daily to really get those benefits. And now you may not get a result right away because it takes time. It took time to get where you're at this state now. It's going to take time to reverse that. So be patient, patch daily, and you will see and reap those benefits. Now, the general recommendation is to wear the patches for 1 month for every 10 years you've been alive to start. I'm a LifeWave lifer, never giving it up. So, and I'm in it for the long haul. And 10, I've already been on it for 2 years and I have no intentions of ever stopping. So most certainly stay positive, patch daily, key in with the person who sponsored you or the person who has introduced you, because that is the magic sauce. Like, this community is beautiful and you are always welcome to be here with us. So some housekeeping rules. We mention symptoms only because we don't want to mess with, the what's it called? Compliance police. So use symptoms only. Tell us how you felt before the patches. Tell us how you felt with the patches and what patches you used and how fabulous you feel now. And thank you all for being here with us. And please raise those amazing hands. Share your beautiful stories. You may think it's a minute thing, like I had a bug bite. It was itchy as all heck. I put on a patch and the itch went away. Please share because this gives ideas to people about how to use the patch technology, and you can help kind of spring up some more ideas. So thank you, Michael, for facilitating this. Thank you, Michael, for introducing to us. And thank you to Barbara and Jen and Roxanne and Tracy Joe, because you are all awesome.
Thanks, Dr. Annabelle. Yeah, there's so many things that I've already noticed with the water. We were talking for a long time how it would be great to have, the Trinity, the X39 and the Celergize and X2O. Well, I've done that. And I can tell you when I go to the gym now, using all of those. My gym time is like stupendous. I mean, I'm on another level again. So and then my sleep seems to be even deeper. When I wake up, I feel more rested. There's so many different things. Uh, there was like, you guys know that I lost my son, so I've been kind of depressed a little bit about that. Depression's gone, all kinds of stuff. So it's absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait till you guys, get to try the water machine. I know you guys are anticipating it. It's coming. So it's starting to filter out there, and you guys are going to have a great time with it. So, Patty,
Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh, I loved all the stories so far. Michael, the water is amazing. We're so excited. Um, well, today, Monday, pickleball day, played for 4 hours. And
Wow.
I had a friend that was trying to get on, but had some technical difficulties. But I said, well, this is being recorded, so I'm going to send it to you afterwards. But for me, real quick, 63, tons of energy. But before the patches, no, didn't have a lot of energy and I wasn't that healthy either. So fast forward 3 years, it'll be 3 years in November, using X3949 by day, Eon at night, and I do other patches during the week, but those are the main patches. Have great energy level. Uh, I just feel good, overall good. But my husband, I have a toe story for him. So he did have an infected toenail. I don't know what happened Friday. I thought this might be ER stuff. So started patching using glutathione, Eon, and then this was on Friday. By Sunday, and it was very tender. He could hardly walk on it. By Sunday, it was hardly red. He said it wasn't that bad, and that was 3 days. Now today, he says, "Wow, I can put my shoe on. It doesn't hurt hardly at all, and the way it looks. I wish I had a picture, but he didn't want his toe on the. He didn't anybody to see his toe. But I can tell you, it looks great. And I'm just amazed. But I was thinking because he's been patching for almost 3 years, like I have been, I feel that's how he got the extra repair. It would have, happened, but in 3 or 4 days to look like it does, and I just can't imagine if we weren't patching, it would have taken a lot longer, and we might have had to go to the ER. But we were consistent with the patching, cleaning it up, putting antibiotic as well. But I'm just amazed. Once again, it is because we're consistent every day. We put our patches. I did have my Cellugize too. We also take Cellugize, and that has actually, I just feel, I just have more energy. I just feel good. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to have blood work done in a couple months, see what happens, because that's really where you see the proof is in the pudding with your blood work. So looking forward to that. And then looking forward to seeing everyone in October. I hope everyone can make it. But thank you. And that's my share. I know there's a lot more. So thanks a lot.
thanks, Patty. Yeah, that's great, and that's a good point. I think we're starting to see that those that are on the patch, when you have injuries and you patch up, the results are even more same thing, very very fast results.
Man.
But if you're just coming into it, maybe it would, like you're saying, you probably have to go to the hospital still. So this is fantastic. Good job. Thank you, Mark.
Good evening. Some of you may remember I was on several months ago and shared incident with an accident that we had as a family. Five of us in our construction company had a head-on collision. And I'll give just a little bit of background for folks that wouldn't be familiar with that. Um, my son Micah was the most severely injured in that accident. It was about 130-mile-an-hour impact. Um, Miraculously, all five of us in our vehicle survived. However, Micah was in extremely critical condition, was airlifted to San Antonio, um, and had several major surgeries. He had a broken back, had crushed rib cage. His hip was totally fractured and displaced, and a foot that was folded backwards and up to his knee. Um, the place that the patches have played, and I shared a little bit of this last night on our other call. So Jen had asked me if I'd come on and give an update. So here I am for the update. I want to give you a couple of things along the way. I mean, the accident was a year ago, July 1st. Most immediately, the impact of the patches were while he was in the ICU. He had had 4 major surgeries, was still in critical condition. Uh, Technician came in, one of the doctors. Uh, you can always tell a mood in the ICU, and it was very tense. Um, in and out, in and out, in and out. Had to actually stand in front of the doorway to be able to talk to this fella because he was back and forth. Tell us, please, what's going on. And he stood actually and talked for about 10 minutes. He said, the problem is your son has uh, blood clots in his lungs. We can't put him on thinners because he's still bleeding internally in his critical condition. Right now, if I can't clear the clots away by tomorrow morning, they're going to come in and need to do surgery to physically remove the clotting from his chest again. He said, in his condition, that is not a good thing. It'd be the second time that they have to open up his chest in a couple of days. Um, it's high risk of infection. They'll have to undo he actually had a plating put in his rib cage to hold it where it belongs. It's a very rare procedure. Um, and um, and he said it would disrupt all of that previous surgery, and they felt it was really a life-threatening surgery. We were notifying folks through texting and various things, just a prayer chain kind of thing, keeping people updated. Connie Lucas called me that evening as a result of hearing about it. And she said, Mark, put this in the For What It's Worth column. When I was first introduced to this technology 5 years ago, Dr. Nicholas was in the exam room when his wife had blood clots in her chest. He was able to visibly see the clots as they were examining her, doing the scans. He took a sleeve of Eon. For those of you that are new, Eon is a very powerful support patch that is great for inflammation. It's great for the autonomic nervous system. And he took that sleeve, an envelope of patches, and just rubbed it up and down on his wife's chest while they were doing the scan. He visibly saw the clots dissipate. So Connie said, see what you think, take it for what it's worth. So that evening, we put some patches inside of a t-shirt and laid them over Micah's chest. We couldn't put them on his body in ICU, but we were able to just lay that over him. And again, the patches don't have to be stuck to your skin as long as they're within a couple of inches of you. It allows the light from your body to reflect back in and do their job. Next morning, the clotting had cleared away. The entire mood in the ICU changed. His whole course changed from that point on, and they downgraded him from critical condition. He's on his way. Eon, I believe, was another one of those things that saved our son's life. Subsequently, and by the way, we had started using the patches about a year and a half before the accident. Someone mentioned earlier about I'll call it preventive things, giving your body the tools that it needs to work even before something happens. And that was true for Micah. He began to experience tremendous healing very quickly. It was really mind-blowing to the doctors and attending physicians in terms of how quickly his body was responding. He went for a checkup. I'm not great with time. I'll say 6 months after the accident. And the doctor that was checking him said, I didn't realize that you had skin grafting done. The accident involved a fire, by the way. So he had burns on his left arm. And like I told him, I didn't have any skin grafting. They didn't do anything with my burns. His other injuries were so severe, in fact, they didn't even know that he'd been burned until he was laying on that whole part of his body. And so they never even tended to it. And this doctor said, it's incredible. You have new skin growing. Thank you, X39. X39 was doing the same job as if he had actually had new skin grafts put on his arm. That brings us up to our most recent report. we were told that he'd have to wait for a year for his spine to heal, and then they would do a scan to see how that had progressed. So this past Wednesday, Micah went in for an accident. He's on the call here, by the way. I know he's listening in. Um, Mike is not a public kind of a guy, so I don't think he's even got his camera on, but he's listening in. But on Wednesday, they went to see the surgeon, spine surgeon. They did CT scan and MRIs. The surgeon, by the way, is in his 70s. He's a well-seasoned, very experienced doctor. He looked at the scans and said, Micah, this is incredible. You've not just experienced healing, you've experienced super healing. I have not witnessed this kind of healing in a back. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's been at it for decades and saw such phenomenal healing. He said, in fact, you could be shot out of a cannon and your back would be okay. He said, I'm not recommending it. The rest of your body couldn't handle it, but your back would be fine. So we're just thankful for that kind of report. And the miracles continue on our behalf. And we are convinced beyond any shadow of a doubt that LifeWave is a big part of the miracles that we as a family have been embracing and enjoying. So those of you who, I want to speak to everybody, not just those who are being introduced to this. It's a huge investment in yourself, even if nothing's going on in your system. Mike is, mid-30s, 37-year-old. He was in great health. We as a family enjoy great health. We work together in a contracting business. We're very physically active. I'm 68 years old. I'm still up and down scaffolding, crawling under houses. We're very active. But you never know what is coming tomorrow, whether it be an accident or we live in a toxic world, toxins that invade your system. Equip yourself, prepare yourself. We've been given the gift. And by the way, and I intended to start this way. I know this is a business call, but this is part of who I am. God is light. In him, there's no darkness at all. I believe that this technology was handed to us by the God whose first words recorded in scripture were, let there be light.
Amen.
And because of that light, we have the opportunity to be able to have a technology that uses the light that has been invested, built into us. You radiate light, and that light now becomes an asset as it triggers the mechanisms to produce stem cells in your own body to promote healing. So thank you for letting me share.
Wow, Mark, that's an incredible story. Thanks for sharing it. And what a great update. Wow. So I thought that Michael was like in his mid-20s or something. He's in his mid-30s and having these results. That's
Yes.
really extra phenomenal. Wow. Congratulations. Good job. And another good point, like he brought up, you never know. You're on the patches and you're like, life is good. You're like, yeah, the patches, I just keep wearing them. And then you have an accident like that, that's life-threatening. And because you've been wearing the patches, you're going to have good results. Much better, as we're seeing, than anyone else, according to this doctor, that he's ever seen. Wow. So, yes, stay on the patches. Right. David.
Hey, thank you. Well, because of my job, I became a bottom line up front guy pretty quick about 7 years ago. So I'm going to just bottom line up front about me. Had a major, actually miracles, so many. Had arthritis in my whole body. I was on high cholesterol, a lot of inflammation. Basically, shoulders down to my toes, my feet, my knees, my hands, the whole 9 yards. Bow hunted many years. Couldn't even hold a coffee cup in my left hand. Broke my favorite cups every time I bought. So high cholesterol, high blood pressure, tramadol, muscle relaxers. Again, body pain, poor sleep. They're putting me on a CPAP because I don't sleep. Well, I was in pain. I'm like, guys, they're like, oh no, you need the CPAP. Well, I'm off that now, so I'll get to that later. But so I I needed naps pretty much every day. Had some nasty cells. I had a biopsy. Ended up getting septic shock from that. Uh, Drug my butt to the front door calling 911. I was a widower and I lived by myself. And they picked me up. And they're like, wow, you have low blood pressure. I go, no, why? And they go, well, your BP's 50 over 40. I go, normally it's, it's in the 130s, even on meds. And so we got to get you out of here. So they did. And they transferred me from out here in the country where I am to the big city of Texarkana, which is probably not too much bigger. But, spent a week in the hospital, freaked everybody out, kind of freaked me out. Somehow ended up with E. coli in my bladder as well. Had to go home with a PICC line with self-infusion. So I was a mess. Again, and during that time, I was taking an hour and a half naps after that septic shock. And then I had the rogue cells removed. They go, it's going to come back because it was in the nerves around. And I'm like, okay, great, we'll deal with that when the time happens. So I saw my friend Beck, who's who's 3 down from me. She's talking about this little miracle patch, on Facebook. And I'm like, I've tried everything from under the counter, over the counter, between the counter, bourbon. I can't sleep. I mean, I'm not sleeping. I'm hurting all the time. What I'm doing is not helping me. So, it's been decades since I slept all night. So I call her up. My office phone rang. I hung up. She called me back and goes, who's this? I'm like, David Coleman. She goes, first I said, you don't remember after, since 1978. And she goes, no. That's the last time I talked to her when we graduated high school. But I knew she was a widow. And so I thought, well, she's talking about this patch. I said, well, either, the Bible does say, take care of the widows. So I'm thinking, okay, she either needs the business or she's got something that's really going to be life-changing for me as well. So hopefully it was a both for her because we talked about it. I placed the order on a Friday, living out here where I do. FedEx shows up like Tuesday afternoon. So I wasn't going to wait till 3 o'clock in the morning and take it off. So I'm like, well, I'll wait till the next day. Next day, X39 went on. Had a real busy day. It was federal busy season. Just finishing up. It's actually been 2 years this month. I've been on the patches. And I didn't take a nap. And I thought, I kind of poo-pooed it off, Oh, actually, I did tell her I'm a Texan, but someone in my family's from Missouri. You got to show me. She's like, not a problem. It's a guarantee. And I didn't take a nap that day. Well, at 8 o'clock, I took the patch off, with the trash, and I'm like, well, I still feel pretty good. And so I started working around the property here, putzing around and stuff. And by 9:30, I said, well, I'm really not tired, but I should go to bed because I'm going to be up half the night. So I went to sleep about 10 o'clock, passed clean out, and I'd set my alarm for about 7:45. My routine was I'd stay in bed as long as I could. I'd turn my computer on as I went to get coffee, protein shake, and water. And I opened my eyes at 7 a.m. thinking, wow, I feel pretty good. I got to go to the bathroom. What just happened? Came back going, hey, did I die and go to heaven? What's going on here? No, there's my property out the window and this is my room. So went and got my coffee and I grabbed my cup in the left hand and a protein shake and a bottle of water in my left, and I walked my desk going, oh, wait a minute. I'm fixing to drop it. And I lost my inflammation in my left hand. And it was all through here. I had no grip. I picked the phone up. I'm like, Becca, you're not going to believe this. She goes, what's wrong? I go, I didn't take a nap yesterday. I slept all night long. And there's no arthritis in my hand. And she's like, oh, you're a one patch wonder. People are going to hate you. I think those are the exact words. But so I'm off the cholesterol medicine. And every time I go to a doctor, they look at me and they go, what's your birth date? I tell them. And they're like, you don't look like you're 65 years old. And which I'll be 66 in October. So I'm like, cool. So then one of the doctors was like, oh yeah, we took your blood. And I'd been I just took myself off the cholesterol medicine. I've been eating keto and I'm more like carnivore now. I'm like, oh, how bad is this cholesterol going to be? She walks in, she takes this piece of paper and she puts it down and says, you're perfect. I go, what do you mean I'm perfect? I'm a guy, I'm not perfect. And I'm human. And she goes, no, your blood work is perfect. And I'm like, how's my cholesterol? Perfect. I'm like, wow. So, and I'm down to half a blood pressure pill, and I'm actually weaning off those. I guess I had a lot going on in my body to where it's taken me a little longer to get off that.
Mhm.
But when I don't take it, I'm checking it, and it's perfect. So, like I said, I'm gradually every week, I'm dropping a day. So just want to make sure I'm weaning off properly, but I'm watching it every day. Um, also the key thing is, she said, I want you to, I'm a technical guy, kind of a geek, kind of a nerd. They call me out here in the country, you're a high tech redneck. So I use the health tracker, and I literally each day, and then I'm averaging it across all the columns. And at the 120th day, it's like I have no pain.
Oh.
And I called Beck up and I said, there's a conference coming up. Actually, before that, 120th day, I said, there's a conference coming up. I need to be there. She was so bad. I go, have you watched The Wedding Crasher? She goes, yeah. I said, I'm fixing to crash that part. I'm going to that conference. I have to see more about this. And she's, I'll find you a ticket. Hang on a second. So found the ticket, got the hotel, grabbed my Southwest Airlines points. I was at conference, and I haven't stopped since. And started with X39. I've used some of the others. You mentioned the gym. Had a kind of semi-slow day in that September, and I thought I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna work out for maybe half an hour, just kind of do some light stuff. Well, I just kept adding weight and kept going and going and going. Next thing I know, I worked out for an hour. I'm going, oh, this is gonna be bad tomorrow. I woke up, I was like, I'd had a 15-minute workout. Is what my muscles and body. I mean, I did the full body. I just kept going, and I'm like, yeah, I really messed up here. I think I'm gonna be really stunk belly, get to bed tomorrow morning. No, my recovery was on just X39. My recovery was amazing.
Hmm.
So it's changed my life drastically. I'll never come off of it. That's why I kind of got into business. I love helping people. Uh, so yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to look me up, reach out. It's been an amazing journey, and it's just getting started. And one of the things, my brother, he's 5 years younger. He's in law enforcement. Uh, we get out on the property when big storms, mainly it's in timber. So I have a lot of trees go down. So I'm out there with a chainsaw, and he's like, I can't do this anymore. And it's like noon. How long are you going to work? I said, I'll clean up and go to town for dinner tonight. And so now when he does that, I've got a tractor with a big grapple on the front. I'm like, just ride the tractor and pick these logs up and go move them for me. I'm out there with a chainsaw all day long working. And he's just like, I'm like, you need to get on the patches. Yeah, I know. But he won't do it. So he's stubborn.
Oh.
So, but anyhow, so that's my story. And I love the patches. I didn't get to try the water in Dallas. But I would be the funny guy when someone came to visit. I would probably put glow in the dark paint on my face and say, look, it really emits light, guys. But but no, I'm looking forward to that as well. So thank you. I appreciate being on the call, and it's been a true blessing. So thank you.
Wow, that's incredible, David. Thanks for sharing. Wow, you're like those guys that we look at as the one patch wonder. They're rare, especially with all the things that you got helped with. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
One or two things, it's like, oh yeah, but you had like a laundry list of things that.
Oh, and it's gotten better every day. I mean, literally, I couldn't tell you
Wow.
the last time I had a Tylenol.
Oh.
Well, since I started, some of my brothers like, do you have any aspirin or Tylenol? I'm like, no, we can go to town and get some. If you need some, I can give you a patch. He's like, well, I want some. So I bought a little bottle and stuck in his, the guest room drawer. He uses them. I haven't touched one. So that's, for me, for being that much pain, not taking anything has been amazing. So
That is incredible.
yeah.
Michael,
Yeah,
we were
hopefully
just
get your
asked,
brother on it.
Yep, I'm trying to.
if David was only using the X39. May we ask him that?
Yeah.
That was
I did
it?
start.
That was the only
I
patch?
did use X39 till for at least the first 6 months. And then
Wow.
I'm thinking, wow, I'm hearing about all this other stuff. So I did X49 because when it cleared up, X39 cleared up my brain fog. I was starting to have all that, not just go on the hospital stuff or not, but I did go to X49 and I tried that. I tried them all. And really X39 is kind of where I'm sticking with it.
Thank
But
you.
every once in a while, SP6, I like that for the for the hormones and
Great.
I
We
also
have 6 more people that have
okay,
only 15
cool.
minutes to talk.
So
So
I'm out of here. Thank y'all. Appreciate
okay,
it.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, David. That was amazing. Anita.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm just sort of giving you an update. Something really interesting happened. I've been on the mold journey, which is a lot of different products, a lot of different procedures, specialized kind of treatments. But it was interesting. I move all the time, and to find another safe place where you start out thinking it's safe and then you find it's not. And you have to figure out a way to tell your sister or your friend that their house has mold or you wouldn't be having to leave, and you hate to be the bearer of bad news. So I was going into like not feeling as strong, feeling more depressed, letting it all really get to me. And then I realized there was 2 days that I didn't take the X39 and X49. And I thought, aha, that's why suddenly my whole psyche wants to go into the toilet, and my motivation, my strength, my hope, my skin, my sleeping, anxiety. I mean, the list is just huge when you have mold in your system. And not taking it hit me like, oh, I should have had a V8, like it just, okay, I feel better now because I figured out why I'm suddenly falling apart again. And it was just being too busy moving. Where am I going? Who am I staying with? Where am I renting? Do I go to Kentucky again? What do I do? And that stress level is pretty constant when you're waiting on insurance companies and things to start getting some traction. So for me, it was really just a story of omission. When I was really used to X39 and X49 both to make me a Faraday cage, because the mold is so exponentially worse when you're around electromagnetic fields, Wi-Fi, everybody's everything, Apple Watches, the whole thing. So it was just really, I thought, I need to mention this, that I was falling into a complete hole in every single way. And then I was like, really, tears, the whole thing. I can't sleep. I'm a wreck. What am I going to do? This is hopeless, yada, yada. And then I was like, oh no, 2 days, 2 days of no X39 and X49. And because I forgot everything, no Alavita for the skin that's been living here at night, and no Eon either. So it was just 2 days of nothing, and I fell apart because I'm in a critical stage of healing. I mean, it's something, if I don't watch it, where I go, what I eat, who I'm with, stress levels, air blowing, the craziest things trigger the whole histamine response. So yeah, that was pretty amazing to me, and I quickly put patches back on.
That's fantastic. Yeah, just 2 days of missing. Yeah, caused a lot of discomfort for you. So that's a good example for everybody as well. Stay on the patches, stay consistent with the patches. So great share. Thanks, Anita.
Thank you, Michael.
Lynn.
So I have a customer, young woman, and she's been on the X39, X49, Eon, and glutathione probably for 3 or 4 months.
Mhm.
And she developed a kidney stone, a huge one, 4 millimeters, which is big. And her kidney was dangerously inflamed. And the doctor warned her and said, this is going to be very painful the next 6 weeks while this thing passes, and it likely won't. So prepare for surgery, which is pain on top of pain on top of pain. 1 week later, the kidney stone was completely dissolved, gone. And the doctor said that's impossible, that just doesn't happen, but it did. And her symptoms completely disappeared. She had no pain. There'll be no surgery. She's fine.
How long has she been using the patches when that showed up?
3 or 4 months, that was it. Now she is younger,
Mhm.
but 3 or 4 months, that was it.
That's good. So that again, that shows us, if you're using the patches, then when some, malady comes up, then it's going to help you very quickly. So
Yes.
did she place them anywhere different? That's it's kind of amazing that it even crept up like that. But um, was there anything different she did? She just kept using the patches and it just disappeared?
She wallpapered. And so I like to
Okay.
teach people about wallpapering. And the reason why it started in the first place is she has a very, very difficult time drinking water. And so it's kind of inevitable with very, very little water. That's a possibility.
Yep.
And moving forward, she's going to still have problems drinking water. But yeah, whenever it happened, she took all the patches and wallpapered.
Mm, very good. Yep.
Yeah,
That was a good
right
key.
on the kidney. Yeah,
Right on. Very, very nice.
yeah.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Beck.
Hey there, Michael. Thank you so much. What a fabulous call. Lord have mercy, I'm going to send the recording to the whole world. So good. Okay, I'll keep this short and sweet so everybody has a chance to share. I'm going to talk about my sweet mama. She's a widow, lives alone, and very independent. So I didn't know a lot of stuff was going on in her body. She had told me she had the bone density issue, and I'd heard about the results of people on the patch. But boy, I tell you what, she called it snake oil. What are you into now? She didn't. She was not a believer, but that has changed. I can't wait to tell you how God used the patches on my mama. So I ended up gifting her for her birthday X39. And she became a believer over the 4 months because I would tell her little stories about some of her friends who had issues. So I just want to encourage everybody, don't give up on a skeptic. You never know. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I even had to arm wrestle her to take the gift. She goes, well, I won't be able to afford them, if I like them. And I said, well, just do it anyway for me. So she did. Um, my mother, unbeknownst to me, was only sleeping 2.5 hours a night. Yeah, and we all know how important that foundationally is to our health. Okay. She couldn't, I didn't know any of this, by the way, until all this got rectified with the patch. She had poor balance. She had to hold the wall in her atrium. She's got like 3 or 4 dogs, and she couldn't bend over. She would lose her balance. So she'd hold the wall. And I don't know what the symptoms are with neuropathy. I'm not going to say she had it, but I will tell you, I'm going to be compliant. So whatever symptoms she had associated with that, that was a problem for her. She had lots of stress and anxiety because this is like, 2022. So COVID still happening, and all the corona cray cray. And so the first week, she hadn't hollered at me. I called her. She did do the tracker. Fourth day, I said, hey, how's it going? And notice anything? Well, I wasn't going to say anything in case it's a fluke. She said, I slept 5 hours. And I said, well, is that good? And then she told me about the 2.5. I said, well, that is wonderful, Mama. And I said, just keep paying attention. That's a common thing that some people notice pretty quickly, but just keep on keeping on. Let me know if you notice anything else. Next morning, my phone rings at 7:30 in the morning. I'm putting on my makeup and it's her. And I'm like, uh-oh. And she says, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? She said, I slept 7 hours. Kind of like David. She was a one patch wonder. And of course, I was thrilled. And I said, Mama, how long has it been since you slept that long? She goes, I couldn't tell you. She told me that she got her balance back eventually. I don't remember the exact time, in the first few months, got her balance back, felt like she was sharper in her mind. It was a month before tax season. She does her own taxes. She said, I kid you not, it's like I was able to knock it out in 15 minutes. She said, no more of the symptoms associated with neuropathy. And she said, it's like I've got more joy. And I said, Mama, this is the best gift you could have ever given me. I'm so grateful. And she said, we talked about it being age reversing. I'm always educating. And she goes, I will never be without these patches. And we are now no longer going to be growing older together. We're going to grow young together. And it doesn't get any better than that. Thanks for letting me share.
That's a beautiful story, Beck. Thanks a lot. That was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you.
Totally amazing.
Catherine. Right, Catherine, we'll move on. Try and get that unmuted, or maybe you're not there, so you're not hearing us. Dr. Annabelle.
All right, so hi again. And so Anita mentioned this, and I'm gonna mention it again about the X39 and the X49 as a powerful combination. Because when worn together, we become a Faraday cage. We protect ourselves from those EMFs, that electromagnetic frequencies that we're all surrounded by. And so I regularly wear daily my X39 and X49 among all the others. I use all of them, except of course Nirvana doesn't exist right now, and I don't use the Silent Nights, but everything else I do. And I save my used X39 and X49 because I use them on my daughter. She goes to school and they're surrounded by all these electronic smart boards and the antennas on the building, all this EMF galore, which I'm sure doesn't help the kids stay healthy. So I regularly have her put on the X39 and X49. Also, when we went through the airport, all that nonsense with on the airport, she was wearing the X39, X49 along with us. We survived the trip with the Eon, or at least Chris had a nice trip with the Eon. And I did too, because I was able to keep my cool, that whole like even keel. She was, her energetic self, but I wasn't being driven mad. And then my favorite part was because of the vacations back to back, I hadn't gone to the gym. And so I returned back to the gym this week. And lo and behold, the first day of exercise was within a 15-minute time frame. You got to do 100 strict press with about, I did it about 50 pounds, and you had to do a certain number of ring pull-ups. Needless to say, I got through the exercise. I think I did it within 12 or 13 minutes. And I was not sore the next day, and I went back for more the next day to exercise because I'm like, I need to do this for myself. It feels good. But guess what? I'm wearing the X39, X49, and the Celergize. I love my Celergize every single morning without fail. I traveled with it, and of course, keep it handy because if you're flying through New York, they're gonna pull your suitcase, and it's what it is, but I didn't want to leave home without it, and they're all phenomenal. So that's what I want to say, and I love it.
Oh, that's fantastic, Dr. Annabelle. So that's interesting. You have your daughter wear them at school. The some kind of strange anomaly where they put those towers next to schools and churches. So that's just crazy. But yeah, thank you for protecting your daughter from that's fantastic. Roxanne.
Hi, Michael. Hi, everyone. And this is an awesome call. So thank you,
Yeah.
everyone, for sharing your stories with all of us and everybody else out there. It's awesome. So I wanted to share this weekend. I got out into my yard and decided to plant some trees. And I went to the nursery. So I'm in Florida, so everything is tropical here. So I got birds of paradise. I got the big white birds of paradise, the orange ones, the real pretty ones, and then a bunch of areca palms to plant along my um, back fence line. And so I'm out there, carrying them from the car to the backyard. All these plants, like 12, I think I purchased. And deciding, okay, where do I want to plant them? So from my deck to the back corners, it's a good ways. It's not like a huge, 5 acres or anything, but it's a good ways. And so I'm carrying the plants out to where I wanted to plant them, digging the holes, cutting through roots from the neighbor's oak trees, and just sweating my tail off. Started at 8 in the morning, and I'm like, oh Lord, how am I going to keep going? I'm drinking my Celergize, and I'm all patched up with X39 and 49. And I'm thinking, I am going to be sore tomorrow. Just, and no soreness. And then the next day, Sunday morning, I got up and I did it again, and I finished planting everything. So the heat was what was, the worst. But it was good to get out there and sweat and everything. But the heat was brutal. So, and the yard looks nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now you lost a tree. What was it last storm, Helene, or was it before that?
I think it was Hurricane Ian.
Ian. Okay.
Yeah, big. My neighbor's oak tree fell down onto my power line,
Yikes.
and yeah, so we were without power for like 10 days.
Okay.
And but I got that all taken care of, so that's good.
So
Yeah.
good,
I
good to
got
hear
my
we're all
hand
picked
up.
up again. Good job.
All
I want
right.
to talk about, I want to say some, hey, Roxanne.
Hey, Tracy Joe.
I want to bring up a product only because it's saving my life out here in the middle of the Mojave Desert at 108 degrees. I'm going to tell you, they're dehydrating everyone out here with those solar things and the big fans. It's like a convection oven here. Really, I'm telling you, this right here, let's talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys, I'm going to tell you, we don't talk enough about this, but this is the best product. We don't talk about it because once you get your wrinkles gone, you don't talk about it. But I was getting so dried out here, and the water, well, we can go to that another time, but you take away all those very important elements of life, air, water, you're going to have an adverse reaction to your holy temple here. Okay. The Faraday cage, thank goodness for it here, X39, X49. But I just wanted to bring these two products up again in tandem with this, because it's really not about vanity at all. It's about optimizing the holy temple that you're in. And we have so many products that are allowing us to do that. And this is just a great one, you guys. It's really held the testimony to me here because I didn't bring anything else with me. And I did it on purpose because I really wanted to try this one out. So if you haven't tried these, try them because they take the crepey skin away. And when you feel better, you act better, you are better. So I just want to bring these out again because we haven't seen them in a while. We see this a lot, but sometimes you got to soften up those wrinkles, and David really did a beautiful thing for us with this. I just wanted to say it. That's it. That's all.
Michael, can I add something to sweet Tracy Joe's
Absolutely.
being dehydrated? I was blessed to order my X2O on the 11th and got it 2 days later, which was in awe because it came across the United States. But with one of the autoimmune issues I deal with, it attacks anything connected to moisture in the body. And so I've been noted as being dehydrated most of my life. And so the X2O is like hitting the mother lode for me.
It's going to change things.
It's just going to change so many things for all of us. It's going to be different with everybody. But the fact that, I mean, you guys, I told Jen this, and I shouldn't tell this to everybody on a Zoom, but I want to tell you what, I put my fingers in the water and put it in my eyes.
Oh.
And I didn't use eye drops all day. Now, I'm just telling you, we're going to experimenting. Like Michael says, he drinks 2 glasses a day. You know, I'm doing exactly what David said. That machine makes exactly 15 ounces. If you put a big container there that big, it's only going to make 15 ounces. But it'll make 15 ounces again if you want the second bottle. I want that second glass so badly, Michael, but it's like, can my body handle it? Because you do feel something when you drink that water. I mean, it went to my head first, and it's like, whoa. And then it went down right almost to my stomach. And then the next day, I mean, I don't have the energy I really need, but by golly, all of a sudden it hit me. And I've been wanting to clean out both of my walk-in closets to donate. I love to get rid of some of these things, just donate them, clothes and shoes and whatever. Man, I went in there and I did it like a breeze, and it was like, wow. Don't tell me this is not a God thing. It is. It is. And I'm so excited to be using it. And I can't wait till everybody gets some because we're going to help save the world. I really do. I do believe it. This is the missing piece of everything. So anyway, thank you for saying that, Tracy Joe, because I hadn't even thought about that. It's like, wow, dehydration. That's not good. So we'll see how I do, and I'll keep you guys posted.
All right. Thanks, Barbara. All right, Beck.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad I get to tag team on this. You talk about a God thing, Barbara. Both you and Tracy Joe, God is just all over me right now. I've been
Oh,
oh no, I'm not kidding you. I can't wait to get the water machine, and I feel echo amen to everything you just said. And Tracy Joe, listen to this. I literally am about to put an order in, and I've never bought the trio of the Alavita. I'm like, Lord, should I spend my money that way? Well, guess what?
yes, yes, yes.
God, I'm so grateful for the meeting. This is a lovely community, and thank you guys. Thank you for letting me share again.
The Lord will provide. I guarantee you. You'll get a new BP or you'll get something to help you pay for that.
Amen, sister.
You just got to believe it, and you got to manifest it. It'll be
Yeah,
there.
man, I tell you what, I can't wait till I meet you in person.
Barbara,
Thank
we
you,
won
hon.
the fest.
This is
Remember,
so
we're girls.
What'd you say, Tracy Joe? I couldn't hear you.
I said we woman the fest. We don't manifest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that.
That's good.
Oh, I
All
love
right.
that. I'm
On
gonna
that,
write that
that lovely
down.
note, let's call it a night.
You're gonna hang up, aren't you, Michael?
Yeah, I got another show coming up, but I'd love to keep this going. This is one of my, like I always say, it's one of my favorite shows all week. So thanks to everybody that came in and shared. Absolutely incredible shares. Wow. I can't believe how I keep getting wowed every Monday. It's like amazing. So thank you guys for sharing. And if you want to unmute and say goodnight, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Everyone.
Hi,
Thank
Roxanne.
you,
Good night,
Roxanne.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Wonderful stories.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good
Blessings.
night.
Hey,
Good night,
Frederick. Hope you're
LifeWave
feeling
family.
good.
Great show.
Oh,
Good to see
Great
you.
man.
show.
Oh, that's my
Look at
heart.
all of our family.